I said elsewhere that knowing is knowing and doing is different. Obviously, when you are knowing something, accumulating information, digesting information, playing that in your mind, you're just processing. It's like reading books, and how that essence of that knowledge can be connected and put into action. And if we don't do that well, of course, we may be lost in accumulating information and developing the library in our mind. So we need to have transparency of what's going on in our mind and body structure, so to speak, so that we may be overweight in certain part, but not processing things. So the processing is not done right from the point of view of Buddhism. We get trapped into suffering, cannot get out of it. But if we could get out easily, then we can process better, and the whole process of information energy flow would be less blockages or bottleneck, so that the liveliness and the sense of happiness to go with it may be obtained or comes out naturally, as if the law of nature is prevailing. So there's alignment of information, the processing, and how the body is functioning of being alive. It's somehow put into a good mobilizing living sense of who we can be. That's the action part of it. Knowing and acting, learning information, digesting, throwing away unnecessary. Also realizing when our mind is caught, let us unhook our mind from that caught up situation. So that's the kind of thing we have to practice from moment to moment. So that's pointing the importance of action, living with the flow of nature, that the energy flows smoothly without blockage. So that's, again, the idea. And the how is the point of this question of bridging the gap from the knowledge into action. Let's just go through a few ideas that may pop up in my mind. One idea may be the Zen monk saying, "Cuts, stop," basically, and shut out your thinking and have the calm state of your mind to see things as it is, to see who you are, what you're doing in relation to external affair and internal to your balance of how your mind body is functioning. If we have the sense of disjointed or something abnormal, like a biofeedback mechanism, that would be ideal situation for that. The sound of cuts or hearing can help. For example, Hakuin got enlightenment when he was hit by someone with a broom or something, and that initiated his awakening. Well, there's a story of the monk. He accidentally kicked the stone or something, and the stone hit the bamboo and made a little noise. I think Dogen was talking about the dripping of the rains from the eaves, and that put him into the samadhi state to clean up his process, be one with the nature, the universe. So that the clarity is there, transparency is there, the liveliness is there, there's oneness with the universe, and you are in a natural state, not artificial state of the mind clogging up with information. So hearing the sound, getting hit, or observing the nature's way, or going through koan, maybe another one, or focus on breathing. There are many ways. But let's call it, it's like a biofeedback, feedback from the stimuli triggering us to unlatch ourselves from the caught up mind. So maybe I'll just say something about the vipassana. The point of vipassana is focusing on breathing and inner body sensation. And it takes 4 days to go just focus on breathing, and for the body another 6 days, whatever the time may require, but may not be enough. Because as soon as you have this huge weight of the brain functioning and start to get excited in what it does, all the sensation that you may feel may be drifting away. So you get caught up in it. So that the meditation in that retreat of 10 days, for example, is to dislodge that. And I had that awakening moment on the 8th day. Until then, my mind was trying to draw me into the space of the mind that I'm familiar with. And something happened. What triggered in that instance? I wrote it somewhere in my Google Doc. But basically, I've started to see things as it is in terms of the energy level, the sense within myself. And when I start to realize that, I realized that energy got as if empowered, and then, because until then I was looking up into the mind and getting out of the pain or something, but now I'm accepting and looking inside of me as if to see what is really happening. And that triggered me to be awakened of my body, empowered, and see how the universe play the game if we don't disturb them and not caught up in the mind. I guess that's all I want to say in this video. Just pointing some process that you might find meaningful to find such a state of awakening. And when you have that state, you can see in your daily life, you get tired, bored, looking this, studying this, encapsulated in this, but you may have a space. And then samadhi, mind get calm, quiet, triggering the inner sense, the biofeedback, so to speak, that we are living being, not the machine to process the information or caught up in there and struggle. That's the mind state that we can be, but can be flipped, as if someone hit you, or hear the sound of bird, or the moving cloud, or the sensation in your body, breathing, tense feeling on your neck, or just watching the cat playing by himself. That triggers us that there's some miracle of nature manifesting, and we are one with it. That to me is awakening, and that is the universe that we can find. I'm just trying to share my view of bridging the gap from knowledge into action, and the work is done by each individual, and we have fun.